This is a Roll to Hit Gaming First Look. In this video, we begin our three-part game showcase. The first look covers components, rules, and setup. It is designed to give you a quick introduction to a game you might have interest in. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Let's head into the game room for your Roll to Hit Gaming First Look host.
I'm Piper, and you're listening to my crazy dad talk about board games.
This is a Roll to Hit Gaming First Look at the game Fjords by Franz Benno Delange. Published in 2005 and distributed here in the States by Rio Grande Games. This game is very similar to Carcassonne, and players familiar with that title will see a lot of matching elements. BGG's got the game listed as abstract strategy, medieval territory building, with area control and tile placement mechanics. Starting off with components, Fjords' play surface is constructed throughout the first phase of play by use of these hex-shaped tiles containing the three different land types, sea, mountain, and farmland. Each of the tiles contains some combination of those. The three tiles with the darker backs are the three starting tiles. These tiles begin the game together in this configuration, which oddly enough, in my copy at least, is a mirror opposite of the illustration in the rulebook. Fjords also contains 4 farm pieces for each player and 20 wooden discs to mark land taking that we'll talk about later. The map is constructed throughout play, so play begins with 3 starter tiles already assembled. Players take turns throughout the discovery phase. During discovery phase, a player will draw a random tile from the supply and connect it to the landmass already in play. As this occurs, the map builds outward. Now, a tile must be placed adjacent to previously placed tiles, so a player could not place the tile shown along only one edge of the tile. It has to be placed adjacent to 2 previously placed tiles. Tiles must also be placed so that all land masses match exactly. A player could not place this tile because there's no mountain terrain to connect to the adjoining tile. Tiles must also be placed to maintain a single continuous landmass, so a player cannot place a tile sea to sea if that would create a separate island. If the player draws a tile that cannot legally be placed in the current configuration, they can place it face up to the side in an open choices area and draw tiles until finding one that will fit. But if a tile can be placed, it must be placed. If there are tiles in the open choice area, a player may choose to select any one of those instead of drawing a face-down tile. As players go back and forth, the second part of discovery is deciding when to place your farms. You only have 4 of them. A player doesn't have to place all 4 farms before discovery is over, but it's recommended. Let's take a look at how that works. As players take turns placing tiles, they must choose whether or not to also place a farm on the tile that they're currently placing. Players cannot place farms on tiles previously placed, and farms must be placed on the farmland areas of the tile. There's one tile in the set that's all mountains, so a farm could not be placed on that. Otherwise, all the other tiles have some area of farmland. Play continues this way until there are no more tiles that can be drawn from the face-down supply. There may still be tiles left in the open choices areas, but once the face-down supply is depleted, the game moves into the land-taking phase. During the land-taking phase, players once again alternate turns, this time placing their round field markers into nearby farmland areas. Starting with one of their farms, a player places one field into an adjacent hex's farmland area. Only one field can be placed in a hex, so it's possible to block your opponents. Once a player's field is placed, they may place future fields adjacent to their farms or one of their previously placed fields. If a player cannot place any more fields, they must pass, and the other player continues to place fields until they have no legal moves left. At this point, the round is scored, and players record the number of fields they placed on a piece of paper. They then reset the game to the 3 starting tiles and replay 2 more rounds, essentially playing 3 games, recording their scores for each. At the end of 3 rounds of play, the player with the highest score is declared the winner. And that's Fjords. We hope you've enjoyed this first look at one of the early Euros to make its way to the States. If you like what you've seen or have played Fjords, let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this first look, subscribe to be notified as soon as we post new videos. The first look is the first in a 3-part series. Next up, we'll show you a full playthrough, and follow that with our impressions video, where we will give our review. You can find us on Facebook by searching for Roll to Hit Gaming, and follow us on Twitter at Roll to Hit Gaming. I'm Chip Crawford, and it's been a pleasure to introduce you to Fjords. Until next time, peace be with you.
Thank you for joining Roll to Hit Gaming for another First Look, where we go inside the box, through the rules, and onto the table. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Find us on Facebook and Twitter, and join us in the conversation in the comments below. We'll see you next time, and as always, never give up, never surrender.